biggest bank robbery in American history with a single phone call. The FBI called him a national hero. The robbers had planned for 2 years. They had inside information, military-grade equipment, a perfect escape plan. But they didn't count on Marcus Williams, who was supposed to be invisible. In 30 seconds, you'll find out how one man's split-second decision saved $500 million and changed everything. This story will blow your mind. Marcus Williams worked the night shift at Quick Stop Gas on Highway 9. Same routine for 3 years. Stock shelves, ring up customers, clean the coffee machine. Minimum wage, maximum boredom. The gas station sat exactly 200 yards from a First National Bank, close enough to see the bank's parking lot through the store windows. What Marcus didn't know was that his boring job had made him the perfect witness to something extraordinary. For 8 months, a team of professional bank robbers had been studying First National Bank. They knew the security codes, the vault schedule, even which guards brought lunch from home. They had planned the perfect crime. But perfect crimes have one weakness. They depend on nobody noticing the details. And Marcus Williams noticed everything. It started with the white van. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 2:47 a.m., the same white van would park behind the bank for exactly 17 minutes. Marcus thought it was weird. Who parks behind a bank at 3 a.m.? But weird customers were part of working nights. Then came the coffee buyers. 4 different men, always buying large black coffees between 2 and 4 a.m. They paid cash, never made small talk, and always glanced toward the bank. One had a prison tattoo on his neck. Another carried a military-style backpack. The third guy's hands were covered in fresh cuts. Marcus started keeping a mental log. Tuesday, white van guy parks behind bank. Wednesday, tattoo guy buys coffee, asks about security cameras. Thursday, van guy returns, backpack guy studies bank parking lot. Friday, cut hands guy asks what time police patrol this area. Most people would ignore this stuff. Marcus was different. Growing up in foster care teaches you to notice when something's wrong. Your survival depends on reading danger signs that other people miss. The breakthrough came on a Monday night. Marcus was restocking energy drinks when tattoo guy walked in with backpack guy. They didn't know Marcus could hear them from behind the chip aisle. Tomorrow night? 2:30 a.m.? Cameras go down at 2:28? Van picks us up at 2:52? 22 minutes total. What about the gas station kid? He's nobody. Minimum wage zombie. Won't even look up from his phone. Marcus froze. They were talking about robbing the bank. And they thought he was too stupid to notice. But here's the thing about being underestimated your whole life. You learn to use it as a weapon. Marcus grabbed his phone and started recording. Not the conversation. He was too far away. But he recorded their faces, their clothes, their license plate when they left. He had evidence. Marcus called the police. The desk sergeant laughed at him. "Son, you think some coffee customers are planning a bank robbery? Maybe lay off the energy drinks?" Marcus tried the FBI tip line, got transferred 4 times and hung up on twice. Nobody believed the minimum wage gas station worker. So Marcus decided to stop the robbery himself. Tuesday night, 2:25 a.m. Marcus watched the white van pull up behind the bank. 4 men in black clothes got out carrying military-style equipment. This was really happening. Marcus didn't try to be a hero. He wasn't going to fight armed robbers. Instead, he did something brilliant. He triggered every alarm in a 3-block radius. Marcus hit the gas station's panic button, called 911 and screamed that armed men were breaking into the bank. Then he grabbed the emergency flare from behind the counter and threw it into the parking lot. The flare lit up the entire area like a football stadium. Suddenly, the invisible bank robbery was happening under a spotlight with sirens wailing from 3 directions. The robbers panicked. Their carefully planned stealth operation turned into chaos. 2 ran for the van. 1 tried to finish cutting through the bank's rear door. The 4th guy actually made it inside the vault before realizing their time was up. Police arrived in 4 minutes. FBI showed up 12 minutes later. By 3:15 a.m., all 4 robbers were in custody along with $2.3 million in high-tech equipment designed to crack the bank's security system. The FBI found detailed plans for what they called the most sophisticated bank robbery attempt in federal history. The robbers had spent 2 years planning. They had blueprints, security codes, even backup escape routes. The FBI estimated the robbers would have stolen $500 million in cash and bonds from First National's vault. Marcus Williams, making $12 an hour, had prevented the biggest bank robbery in American history. Agent Sarah Chen personally thanked Marcus. "You saved this bank, possibly saved lives, and definitely saved the FBI a massive investigation. How did you..." "No," Marcus shrugged. "They thought I was invisible. Nobody notices the night shift gas station guy. But invisible doesn't mean blind." The bank gave Marcus a $100,000 reward. The FBI offered him a job in their surveillance division. Local news called him a hero, but Marcus kept working at Quick Stop. Why? Because he realized something important. Being underestimated is a superpower. When people think you're invisible, you see everything they try to hide. 6 months later, Marcus spotted a human trafficking operation using the gas station parking lot for victim exchanges. He called it in, leading to 23 arrests and 15 rescued victims. The minimum wage gas station worker became the FBI's most valuable civilian informant. Not because he was special, but because criminals never suspect the guy behind the counter is watching. Sometimes the best way to catch the bad guys is to let them think you're nobody worth worrying about. Marcus Williams proved that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear gas station uniforms and notice what everybody else ignores.